Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again. If this is your first time here, then welcome. And if you've been here 2 or 3 times, thank you so much for coming back. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Alright, so tonight we're going to be reviewing the Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 3. Y'all, let's get into it, y'all. Alright, so when the episode first opens up, we see Tambria Cherie. She goes to visit her parents. Nothing's really going on in this scene. Tambria sits down and she's talking to them about her career, and then her mom starts asking about her love life. I don't know if they were at breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't know, child. I seen the mama eating some eggs, honey, so y'all can draw your own conclusions, child. I don't know what time it was. All I know is she was talking to the parents, and then the mom was hinting at the fact that she wants Tambria to get back with the ex. Tambria is like, no, mom, that is not on my vision board, okay? Look here. When I break up with somebody, we all break up with them, okay? We break up with them as a collective, okay? The collective has decided that you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Okay, and now some people, they can still be friends with their exes. I am not one of them. Okay, I mean, if you speak, I might speak back, but the way my petty is set up, I mean, everybody cut them off immediately. Okay, we're not doing any more talking. Nobody's friends. We're not doing any of that. Once I'm done, you're done. That's the way that goes. All right, so that's the way that scene pretty much sums up that scene. Tambria is talking to her parents, and then when she gets done talking to them, we see Antoinette, and she's standing there with her Caucasian friend, and they're at her dental practice, well, soon to be dental practice with the contractors. They're looking, and she's trying to get them to see the vision, okay? And then, of course, you know you cannot have a scene with Antoinette and don't have Latrice, honey. It's like the freaking frack of the Belle Collective, honey. The freaking frack of Mississippi. Latrice enters in, honey. She's dressed to the nines, child. I don't think she knew exactly where she was going, honey. I think she thought the dental practice was already put together. Because when they went to the scene of her confessional, she was like, well, there's dirt. It's hot and no AC, as it should be, okay? We're in a development. They're developing. This is a build out, okay? It's not done. So she invited you here so that you can see what was going on, child. Oh, Latrice, honey. Sometimes I don't know, child. So they're standing around and they're talking, and then they start talking about, here we go with this, talking about Marie at Tambria Cherie's party, okay? Everybody doing a lot of talking. What y'all gonna do, okay? Because Antoinette, I had given you the benefit of the doubt last review, and I said that you weren't as messy as I thought you were. But you are, honey, because here comes the shade yet again. You started talking about how Latesha was coming for you every chance she got. No, she was correcting you because you were trying to shade her friend. So she was letting you know not to play in her face. That's what she was doing. Okay, and then so Antoinette goes, because you know every time me and Latrice get together, it's going to be some shade. Girl, what y'all gonna do? Because quite frankly, ain't nobody doing nothing. Marie was sitting down talking to Essie and talking about how she was about to gather Latrice as soon as she saw her at the party, honey. Didn't gather nobody. Came in, sat down, started crying, and then Latesha had to have an Ayala moment with her and help her fix her life and let her know whose you are and who you are. Okay? So please, everybody just stop talking about this wig and stop talking about y'all gonna go off on each other, because y'all ain't gonna do nothing, honey. Y'all sweet at heart. Let's move on. All right, then we go over to Marie at home, and we see her in the kitchen, honey, and it's a whole full-on daycare, child. Brady Bunch, okay? It's kids everywhere. In the closet, on the floor, hanging from chandeliers, honey. It's one sitting in the father's lap. It's one on the floor, eating off the floor. Honey, I don't know. It was so many kids, child. No, I'm just exaggerating, child. It was only 2. But okay, so these are her grandchildren. So she's watching the grandchildren. And then this episode, we get introduced to Marie's husband, Cedric. And she said that they had been divorced, remarried, divorced, remarried. Honey, I'm only going to do it once. Once I divorce you, one and done. Okay? Ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But she said they had, separated, and then they got a divorce, but now they're remarried. So he's holding the 5-month-old. And the 5-month-old has his ears pierced. Child, I ain't seen a baby with an ears pierced, and that's a boy, since the 80s. Honey, y'all remember when everybody used to get their kids, that one ear used to get pierced? You remember that one ear in the 80s? I act like y'all don't know. So the baby has his, I'm like, y'all show from the South, honey, child. Y'all done took it all the way back. Not the ears pierced, honey. So the 5-month-old has his ears pierced, and Marie is not feeling that. Marie is like, look, when he's with me, I don't know about those piercings. I think I'm going to take them out. And then she's talking about the fact that she feels like he should make his own decision on when he... Child, you don't need to be trying to raise this boy, honey. You can't even raise your own, honey. You still raising your kids, okay? Don't try to raise them kids and your kids too. That's too much on one person. Okay, child, I can barely raise my one, honey. Child, he might be asleep. Hopefully he's asleep, y'all. All right, so she's talking to the husband about that, and I'm looking at this husband's shirt like, child, y'all so soulful, Lord. I mean, that 70s show. Okay, so then the baby mamas come in, honey. So we got KK. That's baby mama number 3. Okay, son of that's son number 3. That's the baby mama. Okay, that's the 5-month-old. And then at the same damn time, here comes Tori, who is baby mama number 1. Child, that's so ghetto. Ooh, child, the ghetto, honey. That's so hood. All the baby mamas gathering in one place to drop the kids off and pick the kids up. And them baby mamas did not say not one word to each other, honey. Not one. But see, that first baby mama feel like she got a little bit more in because she the first one. So she went in there and started talking to Marie. And Marie, this is what tripped me out. Now, Marie said that she is helping her son because he is in school. No, Marie, you are an enabler. You are enabling him to be a sorry man. Okay? That's exactly what you are doing. You are not helping him while you're in school. Actually, you are hindering him. Because he ain't even raising his own kids. You don't even know where he at. You asked baby mama number 3, KK, you said, have you seen him? Has he been by to see the baby? Wouldn't you know that? Like, girl, okay. And then baby mama number 1, you're in the kitchen and you're talking to her. And then you're like, has he been by? Do you know where he's at? You don't even know where your own son lives. Because then baby mama number 1, Tori, she said, oh, he's been staying with me. Honey, don't act like you won no prize child, because quite frankly, all of y'all are sister wives. If y'all all got a baby under the age of 1, well, 1 and under, something ain't right. Because I'm trying to do the math. Now, I'm not too good at math, but I'm trying to do the math. Because if your baby is 1, her baby 5 months, how old is the other baby? And when did he have time? Child, he just planting little seeds everywhere. Ain't gonna be no more money left for that mental practice, because, I mean, your son eating it all up. Oh, child, honey. Marie, you are delusional. You're delusional, honey. You need to stop taking care of your son and your son baby mama and her grandmama and taking care of her mama and sending something to the mailman. Like, it's too many people being taken care of with that one salary. And Cedric look like he's sitting on the couch waiting on his check. Like, I'm just, y'all need to get it together, okay? And those grown people need to be taking care of themselves. That's all I'm going to say about this scene. Everybody give Marie a break. That's why she's so high-strung and so upset about this hair that she know that wig maker stole, because she got so much going on at home, honey. So just listen, Latrice, just overlook Marie. Because right now, child, she just trying to keep her head above water, child. She drowning. All right. So after that scene, then we see that Latrice is meeting up with Mel, who is her PR person, and they're discussing essential. Like, okay. Now, I know y'all can hear my accent, honey. I'm from the South. So I know I'm a little country, but is Latrice saying essential or essential? Because I'm like, okay, if it's spelled ESSENTIAL, then that is essential. As in essential oils, essential worker. You work during COVID, essential. But she kept saying essential. So I'm like, is she saying sensual, like SENSUAL? Like, I was so confused. So I got to look it up, child. Okay, so she's sitting there, she's talking to the PR person, and they're talking about her product launch. So then the husband called, child, because Cliff can't let Latrice have a scene without him, honey. He gonna make sure he get his camera time, honey. Latrice ain't going too far, okay? And we already seen that in episode 1. So she's talking to him, and she's like, yeah, I'm just sitting here with Mel, and we're having a little business lunch. And he was like, business lunch? And he thinking, I done cut the check, and you done cut me out of the lunch? Child, nah, I'm showing up. Child, I don't know if Cliff was in the parking lot or what was going on. But, honey, like Houdini, honey, he was there in 2 seconds. Child, Cliff came through and had them there to have a little attitude. Child came in acting like he was mad because he was not included. And so then in the confessional, you hear Marie talking about, well, I may have a lunch and I might not invite you. I may tell you on the back end. Girl, cut it out, okay? Just cut it out. Because you know dang on well you're going to tell this man everything that's going on when it's going on. Because as soon as he got a little bit of huffy puffy on that phone, you was like, meet me over here. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Alligator Street. And he was there in 2 seconds. Okay, so stop trying to act like you child, please. You ain't no nook if you butt going on over there. You going to tell him where you at, and he going to show up. He going to get his camera time, and that's what's going to be done. Okay, let's move on from that. Okay, so then we see Marie is going over to Latrice's house, which is very beautiful. She goes over there, they start talking about this hair debacle yet again. And I'm like, please, y'all, just let it die, okay? This ain't even the root issue. She's mad about something else. She got a sorry man, she got a sorry son, and I don't even really just like to talk about people like that, but I mean, this is just ridiculous. So, I mean, just let it go. Y'all let the hair thing go, honey. So she sits down with Latesha and they start talking. And so she starts telling her, she was like, well, something happened with my son the other day. And Marie was talking about how she records her conversations that she's having with her kids. I ain't recording nothing, okay? You ain't finna tell me how to run my household with my kids. And y'all ain't finna parent me. I'm the parent. What I say goes. I don't care who you call. You can call Ghostbusters. It ain't gonna make no never mind. Not for me and not for me in my house. So she says she records the conversations because they always run to her dad and make her look like a crazy person. I don't care how I'm looking. Okay, it's the grandparents' job to take up for the kids. That's what they do. Even my mama, she be like, oh, don't whoop him. No, he's getting whooped today. Okay? Now, I understand that these generation kids, honey, they different. We ain't act like that. Whatever we were told to do, that's what we do. We did. But now, these kids are different. Honey, they calling everybody, posting everything, live and everything, Snapchatting and tweeting everything. It's nothing that really can be done. But she says she records the conversation. Honey, you working a little bit too hard. You either going to do what I say or you going to get up out of here. Now, it's okay if we have a dialogue and you tell me something you don't like, we'll correct it together. But you ain't finna be calling nobody and I got to be recording myself to prove who I am. That's not going to work. So she said she put her recorder on. Now this is where I was confused because Marie told us that she was helping to support the son and his kids and the baby mamas because he was in school. So this story that she's getting ready to tell is confusing me. And when she was talking to the baby mamas and asking where the boy was, I'm like, ain't he in school? Like, well, how you don't know where he at? And then the first baby mama was like, he living with me. And she was like, well, I'm gonna help you out, but I will not help him out. Girl, if he lives with her and you give her money to pay the light bill, he's going to reap the benefits of the lights being on. Okay, that's how that works. You give him money, you give her money, it's essentially for him. Or essentially, as Latrice would say, for him. So I'm just saying, like, that don't even make no sense. And I'm trying to figure out, is the boy really in school? Because you're saying he's in school, but then it's not adding up. Throw the whole storyline away, okay? Throw it all away. So she said that she was having an argument with him about the fact that he wants to go to school 3 hours away when she wanted him to go somewhere closer. So then she asks, because she can't never find him, honey. Her son must be like, where's Waldo? She asking everybody where he at. She said, I went to my younger son and I asked, where's Jerez? And she said, he said he's getting ready for school. And she was like, getting ready for school? So, child, she go in there, honey, he packing up everything, girl. Child, he packing up her TV. And that ticked her off. She was like, you will not pack up my stuff. And if you do, and you leave this house, you cannot come back. So she said he proceeded to get really angry, get close to her, and punch a hole in the wall right by her head. Child, look, listen to me. You will not have me in a domestic violence situation with my own kid. If you losing your mind that bad, you need to get out and stay out. She then proceeded to say that not only did he punch a hole in the wall once, he did it 2 and 3 more times. And so she's crying. And then she said he started cussing her out like she was somebody off the street. Oh, now, honey, that's too much stress and strife. I refuse to be in a situation like that with my own kid. But she created that monster. She created a person who is a man-child, and he is now having a tantrum because he cannot get his way. You created that. You should have not enabled him as long as you have, and you should not be taking care of his kids. He is grown. And at first I was like, well, is he having the kids in high school? Like, I'm trying to, and I know she ain't sitting up here thinking, like, that doesn't even make sense for you to be financially taking care of his kids. If he was grown enough to start having kids, then he should be grown enough to take care of his kids. That's just crazy. I'm trying to figure out what is the backstory, because it's got to be something more to it for him to just lose his mind like that. Like, that's not something normal. He's a normal child or a normal kid or a normal guy, and then all of a sudden you say one thing to him and now he punching holes in the wall. Girl, let's get him in some kind of therapy, okay? The next scene, we see Tambria, and she's taking Latesha to City Hall because Latesha say, honey, I'm going to stay the course. Y'all can act a fool in every scene you want to, if you want to, but I'm going to get this Fair Street popping, honey. So this is somebody that Tambria knows is actually her cousin. And they meet him to discuss Fair Street, and he goes through the steps to get the ball rolling to get the building that she wants. She gets so emotional after he tells her that it's just a few things she has to go through in another department. And she is so emotional because she knows that her grandfather will be so proud of her. The fact that she is actually following through and she's going to be a part of history. And I mean, her scenes always bring me back to what's good. Okay, what's good about reality TV. I loved it. Okay, I loved every bit of it. Okay, then we go to Latrice, and she's back at home, honey. She comes outside in her little bathing suit, giving me very much Portia Williams, okay, when she was married to Cordell, very much season 5, okay. She comes out, hair laid down, because, you know, Cliff, he's outside chilling in the cabana, honey, and grandfather time is sitting outside, and he asks her to get in the pool, and she's like, no, I'm not getting in no pool. I don't know how to swim. And I had a horrific experience with water. So now me and water, we just don't mix. So he really wants her to get in this pool. So child, Latrice was like, let me see your muscles. Take your shirt off. I'm like, girl, that's what I be telling my baby. You know how you tell your little boys, they be so little, honey, you want to make them feel like a big boy. So you say, let mommy see your muscles. Let me see your muscles. That's what I was thinking about when she said that to him. I'm like, girl, please let him keep his clothes on, child. So she was like, I have strong daddy issues. That's why I got me a daddy. And that stomach, ooh. Okay, girl, if you like that kangaroo pouch, I love it, honey. To each his own. Everybody sees the beauty in people. That everybody sees something different. That's not exactly my cup of tea, but I'm sure Cliff is a handsome guy. Now, don't get me wrong. Cliff is very handsome, and he puts himself together very well. But I don't want to see it. Please don't share it. Okay, thank you. All right, so there she goes in the house, child, and gets what every black person got underneath those cabinets. She gets one of those grocery bags, and she's like, I ain't got no hat or no swim cap, so I'm gonna put this on so you can teach me a little something. So she puts it on, and he's trying to help her, but I can understand her fear of water because I also have a fear of swimming in water, because I went to a water park and this big fat kid came down the slide, honey, and slid right on top of my head, and we got stuck in one of those big inner tube things. You know how they have those slides? So we got stuck in this slide. It was dark in there. I was screaming, child. Oh, and he was so big. And honey, like Fat Albert, he pushed me all the way down. I didn't know how to swim. The lifeguard wasn't expecting me to shoot the hell out the way I did. And child, I have not liked water since, honey. So Latrice, look, I'm definitely with you. I ain't like water since that day. So you know, he's trying to teach her, but child, y'all please get an instructor. Honey, y'all got enough money to get you a swim instructor, because Cliff, he ain't it. He ain't gonna be able to do it, okay? So after we finish with Latrice and her daddy, or Zaddy, or whatever she want to call him, child. Ew, okay? Okay? Whatever she wants to call him, after we're done with that, we're back at Marie's house yet again. And so Marie is having a round table with her family because she really wants to talk to her son Jerez and get to the bottom of why he is treating her like this. And so her husband Cedric comes in, honey, dressed in his psychedelic clothes like he liked to do, honey. He's stuck all the way in the 70s. So he comes in and she's like, yeah, I have Essie coming over because I wanted her to kind of be the mediator between me and Jerez, because I didn't know if you were going to show up because you didn't come home last night. And he was like, well, you know, I stayed over at the other place. Boy, if you don't get your what? You stayed over at the other place. And then she lets us know that when they, you know, parted ways, they actually, when they got back together, they each kept their own separate place. I don't care where you were. I don't care what you kept. When the street lights come on, you need to get your big goofy behind in the house. Okay? It ain't no need for me to be looking for you in the daytime with a flashlight. You need to be at home, and you need to call me. And I'm like, this must be that old school love, okay? Okay, because this old school situationships. You know how the woman didn't say nothing as long as he came home and put the check on the table? Marie must be from that school. Because let me tell you something. I'm calling you all night long till you answer. I'm filing a missing persons report. I'm driving by your mama house. I'm calling all your friends. I'm checking all your social medias. I got to know where you are. And if you do that more than one time, I'm going to assume you're dead. Because you better be dead if you ain't come in this house. Child, what? So you've been out all night and she just having a casual conversation with you? Like, child, that's too normal for you. Stop letting these men run over you, Marie. You are having an issue with the men in your life. Your son ain't nothing. Your husband ain't nothing. And then Marie turns and starts to blame this whole situation on the husband. She's like, it's your fault. You were the man in the house. You should have been more present. No, that's not his fault. I personally don't think. Y'all can tell me down in the comments if you think it's his fault. Because I feel like Marie, with her type A personality, she didn't let that man help raise that boy. Marie probably was like, this is the way it's going to be done. I run everything in here because I have the money. I hold the purse strings. So don't talk to my son like that. Don't discipline him like that. Oh, I said he could go. Marie seems like that kind of woman. So I can't see Cedric having much say. But I mean, if she want to say that's his fault, then honey, go ahead. And then Essie comes in and she starts going off on Cedric too. And I'm like, do you want to be in a relationship with Marie? I understand you're her best friend, but you are overstepping your bounds. And Marie, you letting her talk to him like that, that's another problem. And Essie was like, well, whatever she has, half of it is mine. What does her personal life have to do with her business life? As long as the business is good, then everything should be fine. That has nothing to do with her personal life. So then her son, Jerez, comes and Marie lets us know that Cedric is actually jealous of Essie and hers relationship. And it's because he wanted to be business partners with her. Honey, you can't even show up at home on time. So you think I'm going to allow you to be a business partner with me and I got to search for you? Absolutely not. Okay? Boy, go sit down somewhere. Anyway, so then her son Jerez comes and he speaks to everybody but his mama. I wish I would birth you and you come in this house and you don't speak. And y'all from the South too, we don't play that. We yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. We speak when we come in the house. So I was just so confused on that part. Because he came in, he spoke to Essie. Hi, Miss Essie, how you doing? Gave her a hug. He dapped Cedric up, and he acting like Marie ain't even there. So Marie comes in and she sits down and she starts saying how she feels like he hates her. And I'm like, Marie, I don't know what kind of mental health facility you run over there. But honey, I'm going to have to check your Yelp reviews, honey. I'm going to have to check and make sure that this is actually a practicing business because y'all are nuts. How you going to have a mental practice and your son is acting a fool? Like, what kind of counselors do you have there? Because I'm starting to think something's not right, okay? So she crying, and then the son is like, I'm sorry. He apologizes to his mom because Essie was like, your mom is hurt. And he was like, I know. And he apologizes to his mom. Here comes Cedric after the apology I already been given. Boy, you could have just shut up. He's speaking his speech, talking about, Jerez, you was wrong. Duh. We already knew he was wrong. He just said he was wrong. We didn't need that, Cedric, but thank you for trying to pipe up, okay? Because the lady done told you wasn't present and you wasn't doing nothing to help raise him. Now at 21, you like to let him know that he was wrong. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, child. Woo. Quite frankly, the son and the mama have a very unhealthy codependency on each other. She needs to cut the cord and he needs to get off the tip. Okay? He needs to grow all the way the hell up. Because the thing is, she has enabled him for so long. And then she says, I wanted you to go to Jackson State. And then you decided to go somewhere 3 hours away. So I feel like I should have input. I help take care of your kids and everything. I should have input on everything you do in your life. I should have a say. Marie, that's not how this works. You raise a child up in the way he should go, and then you let him go the hell on. Push him on out there and let him be a man. You cannot think for him for the rest of his life. And quite frankly, he is not your man. He is your son. Just because you are raising his kids, nobody told you to do that. I understand you're their grandparent and everything. Honey, it's COVID going on. Because when Latrice and Mel was sitting down having that lunch, I seen the servers, they had masks on. So just tell the baby mamas, y'all can't come over here. Y'all can't come over here, it's COVID. I will virtually visit my grandkids. I can't send no money. I got to save all my money. We don't know which way we don't know if we're coming or going. Okay? We don't know if the business is up or down. I mean, stop enabling these grown people. And the baby mamas, they so cool with it, honey. They just coming in at the same time dropping the kids off, because they know they're gonna drop the kids off. You gonna watch them, you gonna pay for it, and you gonna give them some money on the way out. Here's a little change for you. No, don't give nobody nothing. Everybody needs to hold their own. Stop letting these people use you, Marie, honey. This is just ridiculous, okay? So then Marie lets him know that he needs to work on his anger. He needs to go to some counseling. Y'all all do, child. Every last one of y'all. So Marie lets him, she asked him, would you consider family counseling? Would you be willing to do that? And he said, yes, ma'am, I would. I would be willing to do family counseling. And I'm like, okay. Because those anger issues and stuff that he has, it's some deep-rooted stuff going on. And that's not something we can see in 1 hour. It's got to be something other than what we have been shown. So hopefully y'all can get some help as a family, and he can get back on the right track, and you guys can start loving on each other again. And Marie, you can get back to a happy space, so you can stop fighting with these women over bundles, honey. Child, get some of Tambria Cherie. She got something to spare, child. She was 50 in her head at one time. Get some of hers. Y'all stop fighting over that stuff that don't make no difference. And Latesha, keep on holding the cast together, child. This episode, I would have to rate a 7. We are picking up steam in Mississippi, honey. And I'm going to need your son to stop humping and hunching everybody he sees in the M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I. Alright, y'all. That is the conclusion of this review. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you will like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what you think about this man disappearing for days on end. What do you think about Marie's son punching holes in the wall like he done lost his mind? And what do you think about her taking care of him and his baby mamas? Child,